Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl, explain it to me.
Venom, The Last Dance news going on. We got a trailer, and we got some rumors about Null, which I will ask you guys about afterwards. And I don't care if we get kicked. I don't care. I'll clip it out, and when we upload the segment separately, I'll do my little fun stuff with the trailers. So.
Eddie, I'm with you to the end.
Starts now.
This is your captain speaking. If you look out to your left, you'll see a beautiful view of the Grand Canyon.
I haven't seen this, guys, so I haven't seen it.
There's something on the wing!
Crush! You're not going to like this.
No, I can absolutely guarantee you I'm gonna.
My home has found us.
Who sent that thing?
My creator.
Of course.
Now that I've lost everything to you.
The symbiotes didn't come here by accident. They were running.
From what?
But then a lot of nice things turn bad out there.
What's his name then?
No! No! We have something he needs. As long as Venom lives, everything will end.
What are we doing?
We need a disguise.
Hey, man.
Whoa!
Why'd you keep knocking people out? What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
We start eating heads.
Oh, baby, it's a while.
We've come a long way, you and me.
It's hard
We
to
are strong.
This world can't survive if you stay together.
Oh, baby, it's a while.
But I need him.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
You're bad people.
Yeah, we are.
Always remember you.
There comes a time in every man's life where you have to make a sacrifice.
Eddie, I'm with you to the end.
I always remember you.
No, this is all the money that we have.
What is this feeling? It's like
This feeling?
It's like all of my problems are gone away.
I think you broke me foot.
Eddie, I need more money.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry, that looks fun to me.
That does look funny.
I know the second one was just kind of like, eh. This one actually looks more like a little bit more like the first one, but obviously a continuance from it. And I don't know. I like the movies. I mean, second one, like I just said, is kind of but this one looks pretty fun. And they're gonna be doing Null as the villain. Now, Kevin Chad, I don't know who wants to talk about that. I don't know that, other than he's like the god or creator of the symbiotes.
So they call him the King in Black.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I
And
know.
I don't know a whole lot. He's the god of the Clintar. That's actually the name of Venom's species.
Okay.
And actually, in the emblem, it kind of looks like the spider emblem that Venom has, but it's actually a red dragon looking thing.
Okay.
Now, what I do know for a fact is Null's creators at Marvel are pissed off that they're not getting any kind of royalties for his inclusion.
Yeah. I thought we'd bring that up while we're talking about all this too. So,
but
'cause there's a few headlines that tie in all this.
Yeah, the character I know, I know right now Eddie Brock himself is kind of filling that King in Black role. Brock's son had been wearing the Venom symbiote, and now they're doing the Venom War story. and the symbiote has again bonded with Peter.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that's about all I know. All I really know about what's happening in the Spider-Man comics these days comes from Reddit. After they retconned out Spidey's marriage, I'm like, fuck you guys, you're not getting my money anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
But they did the King in Black story, I want to say 5 years ago, something like that, when they actually gave a an origin story for the symbiotes.
Hmm.
And that's about all I know about the character, other than the fact that, like I said, Null's creators are rightfully pissed that they're not getting any kind of royalties for his inclusion in the movie.
Well, that's probably changed because I was on an earlier stream with Nerd Wars, Nerd Rage on Saturdays, and we were bringing that up a little bit. And my thinking is they could have either been under a non-disclosure, or because Sony has been so secretive about this third one for so long, we're only just getting a lot of this information since, like, every time a trailer drops, we get more information. My thinking is there's either been a non-disclosure agreement and these guys weren't able to talk about it till literally the trailer dropped, and they're like, oh, we just found out about this now. We've seen this happen before with other creators. They're like, no, 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 this isn't happening, this isn't happening. Then the second they get the green light, it's like, oh, I only found out about this today. Could be part of that kind of deal. Or they could have legit not known, but this is a Sony Marvel production, this isn't Disney. So my thinking is Sony, once this came out that they were going to be using Null, they're like, all right, send them the FedEx package now, send them an email now, contact all of their agents literally as we're dropping this now. And it probably hasn't cycled to them because their agents and attorneys are going through all the papers being like, okay, you are sending us money, because Disney would dick these guys. Sony, I don't think they would. They want to keep that license to Spider-Man. And if there's anything that interferes with that, that could give this whole entire property and IP back to Disney, they would avoid doing that. They like keeping Spider-Man in their own little grubby mitts, in my opinion. So I don't think they're screwing these guys over. I think there's either a non-disclosure or they were waiting till literally this moment before they're like, all right, send this shit out now and get these guys paid, because we don't want to fuck anything up here.
Or it's possible that the money that was supposed to go to them went to Disney.
And Disney was supposed to take care of it, maybe?
And Disney didn't reallocate the funds where they were supposed to go.
Which wouldn't surprise me if that was the case, too. That's a good thought.
Because they have carte blanche to use any of the Spider-Man characters that aren't Spider-Man. And once they use those characters, Marvel can't put them in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what the deal was. All right.
Yes. So I don't know. I really don't know how they were supposed to get paid.
I think ultimately they're going to get taken care of. But yeah.
Like maybe they sell the character to Marvel once it's created. Like, you know, we retain the rights to do this, that, and whatever. They could do some really shady shit. Like Marvel's always done really shady shit with taking proprietary ownership over a character. Both companies have.
Oh yeah,
almost all of them have.
You know, shit. You and I were talking about it last week on MTV when we were talking about the Batman episode on Friday the 13th.
Yep.
Where it was very much supposed to be the story of how Bill Finger got screwed out of Batman. Same thing.
Comic book episode.
Yeah. That's why they call it getting fingered in the business.
That is very true. That was a really good episode of that show, too. So anybody who's wondering what the hell we're talking about, our Friday the 13th season 1 episode that just released on last Wednesday, we talked about one of the best episodes of the season, and it's a comic book episode, and it just gets right into it too.
Yeah, like I didn't realize any of that when I was a kid, but now I watch it in my 40s, and I'm like, oh, shots fired.
Strays.
They talking about you, Bob Kane.
Yeah, Bob.
Jerry Siegel and Joel Schuster didn't get creator credit on Superman until that first Christopher Reeve movie. That was one of the stipulations when that movie got made. And because I forget which one of them it was. I want to say it was Schuster. He was working in a post office at that point,
Yeah.
Oh
and
yeah,
he,
yeah.
yeah, he finally was able to get medical insurance because he was not doing well health wise at that point.
No, and then
So,
their families were still fighting. Their estates were still fighting for
oh
what they're
yeah,
due.
Yeah.
they were in the early aughts when DC did the Final Crisis. Was it Final Crisis? Infinite Crisis. When they
Yeah.
killed off Connor Kent. That's
Yep.
why they killed
Infinite.
off Superboy, is because of a dispute over the Superboy character between the estates and between Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And after it got settled, that's when they brought the character back.
Mm.
Connor's got to go, and Superboy Prime's an asshole now.
Yep.
Yay! Yeah. Well,
I
good
hated
reason.
that.
Oh, that Infinite Crisis was not a good story.
I read part of that actually, and I'm like, this is kind of lame.
More than kinda.
Yeah.
It's when Jeff Johns was starting to get a little bit too big for his britches, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Smallville's a hit. Trust me. Trust me.
I got this. Famous last words from a dude.
Yep.
Ladies, you know what we're talking about. Well, it could be famous last words because they're what's being looked at with this Spider-Man or Venom, I'm sorry, is they're going to use Null as a bridge into Spider-Man 4 and into the larger MCU, where Null is going to be an Avengers level threat. And they're going to bring in Tom Hardy, Tom Holland, more firmly back around. And so that's why we're going to get a Spider-Man 4, and they're going to be more integrated into the MCU going forward after that, is what the current thinking is going on.
I wonder if Tom will be anti-Venom in the MCU.
That'd be interesting.
Well, they did leave. Well, kind of depends on how you look at like No Way Home.
Yeah, you're right. The end credit scene.
Yeah,
Anti-Venom suit would look pretty fucking sweet, you gotta admit.
it could work.
They have a
I didn't think
version
about
of it on
that.
the video game that has kind of like sparkled. It's black instead of
Yeah.
the white, but it's got glitter in it, and kind of like, ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah, metallic.
I liked it. It was cool. It looked spacey, is what it looked like. So I was like, well, fuck, I like that cosmetic.
They
But
don't do enough white costumes in comics.
no, it looked pretty interesting for what it was. I didn't like turning Matt Gargan into Venom.
Oh, that was stupid as shit.
Yeah, I didn't. I only liked Eddie Brock being Venom. I didn't like most of anything that happened after the 90s. It just it
Yeah.
wasn't the same. It
Now
wasn't
it's
as
Dylan
special.
Brock.
God, I'm so old. But they've got to have history and shit stories beyond what we grew up with. I get that.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I think it would be kind of neat if they put Spider-Man in the Future Foundation costume at some point.
Well, we'll see what happens after the movie comes out.
Yeah, but again, I liked that look, so.
I also still want my new Fantastic Four movie. I care more about the new Fantastic Four movie happening than the actual Fantastic Four movie happening.
Yeah, the more I see about that, the less I'm sold on it.
Well, they're kind of speeding that fucker along. I mean, along those same lines, they just got a director for Spider-Man 4, so they're really gearing up for everything going forward now. Like, it's all hands on deck, although I'm still thinking they're going to cancel the Blade movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a bit surprised at this point with how long that film has been in development hell.
No kidding. And this is the Shang-Chi director, everybody. So,
Yes.
So at least the action will be pretty fun.
Yeah. I liked Shang-Chi. That was a cool movie. I really dug the balance between action and comedy in that one. I can't say I didn't like Wenwu. I really did. But they changed the character of the Mandarin in a necessary way. Yeah. It was a necessary change. Like, I get it. But to have him show up outside of Iron Man was kind of moments passed.
Yeah.
So. But Shang-Chi was way cooler than fucking Danny Rand.
Oh God! Don't get me started on that. Oh, fucking Iron Fist. Oh.
Way cooler.
That's
We
like
actually
the
got
only
Enter the
Netflix
Dragon.
thing I was like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Never watched Iron Fist.
I watched all of it. Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I am so sorry.
I wanted to
kinda
like it. I couldn't.
It was kind of like when I went to see Cloverfield and my dad wanted to leave, and I kept saying, "Wait, it'll get good. I bet you it's going to get good." Should've
Eventually,
laughed.
maybe.
Should've
Or not.
laughed. I don't like to admit when my dad's right, but he owned me on that one.
Thank you for watching this clip from our Dead Wire live streams every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Pacific time. Did you like this clip? If so, please make sure you hit that like button, share, and subscribe to this video. Stay tuned to all of our video content. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.